Hey everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. And you can see here that we've had 2 days of strength, and so the question is, do we rally up, up, and away from here? And I'd be very cautious here on the long side. There's some work to do here, and all we've done is from the high to the low is rally back to the 382% retracement, which also coincides with a big voodoo fire line. Okay, and you can see how much time we spent here before we took off. I'm actually anticipating that we're going to have some chop around this with some violence to the upside and to the downside, but no clear direction. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. I'm not looking for a huge rally here. I'm not looking for a huge decline. But there's going to be a battle going on back and forth here. And we want to keep an eye on some of the key internals like the VIX. The skew is at 143, which is actually really dangerously high. It's a little late to the party. I mean, usually that's actually a good indicator kind of beforehand. But if you look at the skew as it's trading right now, 143, anything over 135 is bearish. So, and then of course the VIX is high. Put-call ratio has come down a little bit. But the main thing about today's rally is if we look here at the spiders and stuff like that too, is that the volume was just pretty low. And let me move this over here so you can see. So the S&Ps, the Q's 44% lower than normal volume. Spiders 46%. If we go down to the key sectors, they were all lower than normal. That's tech right there. Here, I'll squish this up a little bit so you can see. All right, so now you can kind of see. So if you look here, tech, financials, healthcare. I mean, yeah, everybody rallied today a little bit, but it was on deathly low volume. Okay, and if we look at current stocks, Amazon, Tesla, Apple, all lower than normal volume. Twitter was the only one that is actually a little bit higher than normal volume. WB, big move today, higher than normal volume. So that's one thing we want to keep in mind is that we had a light volume rally into resistance. So I like the idea here of having long exposure and short exposure. Okay, so short exposure, the indexes here, buying puts on the indexes. Or a stock like Netflix, which has rallied right up to a trend line. This is an idea where it could maybe pull back a little bit. On the long side, I continue to like stocks that have kind of ignored this down move. We have a squeeze here. This is Buff, IBD50, Buffalo Pet Products. It wouldn't take much for this thing to get going and going through that. Okay, and then we got a lot of earnings today after hours. You can see Baidu. At this point, it closed at 225.60, is now trading at 236. Fossil closed at $9, trading at $16. Okay, and so a lot of times these earnings are pretty crazy, and so I'll get a lot of questions on, okay, what's the best way to play these earnings? What's a lower risk way to play, moves like that? So this is a really cool concept in class we're going to be having on Thursday. And this is something that Henry's been doing for a while. Last year he killed it. This year he's killing it. And a large part of this in terms of just, really good trades and maximizing his P&L is a concept of the unbalanced butterfly, if I can spell. Unbalanced, yeah, you guys got the idea, butterfly. And this is something where it's a very creative concept. And it's one of those things. It was funny when he first started doing it. I was like, whatever. He's just playing around with some new kind of concept. Because I like directional stuff. If I think it's going up, it's going to buy it. But then there'd be situations where I'd get stopped out, but he'd make money on it, and we were doing the same trade, except I was long a call and he had done a broken wing butterfly. And I was like, all right, what's the logic here? Because I just not something I really did a lot of. So what he's going to be talking about is how the unbalanced butterfly rigs the odds in your favor so you can profit even in a highly volatile market. He's just had amazing trades in Amazon, Google, Apple, even during all this volatility. How to trade unbalanced flies like a high probability lotto ticket so that you lock in steady gains while potentially hitting in home runs. The key here is that your risk to reward ratio is fantastic. How to set up a position so that you can start with a credit, and then the great thing is that even if it doesn't work, okay, let's say that you think it's going to go higher and you set up the trade with a credit and it implodes, you actually still get the credit, which is awesome. How to exploit the strategy and win over and over again. how to actively trade unbalanced flies even if you can't watch the markets during the day. And by the way, they're great for earnings. And then learn advanced in the trenches secrets on how to maximize profits while minimizing risk. And then Henry has done all the painful process for you, so he can share rookie mistakes you can easily avoid when you follow his simple checklist. All right, so anyway, it's going to be a fantastic class. And the great thing about Henry is he can take a very complicated subject like unbalanced butterflies. When I first started trading, I'd hear stuff like that, I would just run away because I'm like, don't bog my mind down with that stuff. Henry breaks it down so it's very simple, very usable, and has an immediate impact on your own results. So how this is going to work is that we have a strategy class on February 15th from 5 to 8 p.m. Central. Okay. Now this, of course, will be recorded if you cannot attend it at that time, but you can at least lock in this lower price before the class. These always go up after the class is over. And he's going to be talking about all his strategy there, okay, knowing exactly when to do it. You know, obviously you can download the recording and stuff like that too. And then the pro package here is that he is going to do some stuff with the market when it's open. So that way, instead of just, you know, focusing on getting your checklist together and everything like that after hours, you can go into a live market environment and check it out that way. And then the elite one is just for those of you that don't know, we're going to be doing a live in-person mentorship March 25th to 27th in Austin, Texas. We have a few spots available for that. If you would like to do that, it's $44.97 to go. If you want to go to this, guess what? You get all this for free as well. Okay. So most of the people I know that want to do the class, they're doing this middle one because it's like, cool, I want to learn how to do the strategy, and then I want to see it in a live environment. And what happens is on something like this, your return on investment is pretty fast. The money you invest in the class to gain the knowledge, the next trading day you're putting it to work. So the class is going to be in 1 day, 16 hours, 40 minutes, and 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds. Okay? You guys have a great evening, and we'll see you at the next update.